About 12:29, the Houston Fire Department was dispatched to the 2400 block of West Dallas to what was a construction project of some mid-rise apartments that were on fire. Upon arrival, we had heavy fire, with one of the major factors being the wind, causing it to grow and spread quickly. Initial units encountered a rescue situation where they rescued a gentleman from the 3rd floor who was already pushed to the brink of jumping just prior to being rescued by Tower 18. The fire grew to 5 alarms. It pretty much took over the entire structure. We managed to contain it to the structure of origin. We have no injuries reported at this time, no firefighter, and no civilian. Houston Arson Bureau is on location that will be investigating, and currently cause is unknown. So at this time we'll field questions. We don't really know, but what I can tell you is that the initial part of the fire was this part right over here, over my right shoulder. We had really heavy fire, and that's where the rescue situation took place. The wind was driving to the opposite direction, and it looks like it's what curled it around the parking lot behind me to the continued structure to the other side near Everhart. Well, apparently that gentleman had already jumped from one balcony to a lower one to the 3rd floor, and the fire had already pushed him out. I spoke with the senior captain that performed the rescue. Shortly after getting him off that structure, the room flashed and fire came in behind him. So if any more seconds would have been delayed, there's a possibility it wouldn't have been a rescue. There's a huge possibility of either great injury or even a fatality. We had close to 200 firefighters at this location negotiating this 5-alarm fire, if you count all resources, EMS, fire, and support. Well, definitely we're spread pretty thin. We had 3 other working fires during that same time. But we were able to negotiate all fires, and we have no injuries at this time.
Yeah, I'll say this began about 12:30 this afternoon.
Well, I think a lot of it was the incident commander was really smart during his decision making when he arrived on scene. We all know through our fire service training that construction projects are very dangerous. None of the fire suppression systems are in place, and there's a lot of areas for it to travel and grow, and plus there's a lot of fuel at construction projects. So as soon as the rescue was performed, immediately went to a defensive posture in an attempt to contain it to the structure of origin and protect the surrounding community and the exposure structures that surrounded the structure of origin. There was a lot of damage to some of the vehicles that were parked around it, but we managed to really contain the damage to the structure of origin.
You know the last time you all had a 5-alarm fire?
Wow, I've been in the fire service 17 years. I don't really recall. Even the recent death fire that we had on May 31st with 4 alarms. So this was a big undertaking. You have a lot of fuel. You have a construction project, and it takes a lot of water. So we had heavy master streams with heavy supply lines, and we took a lot of firefighters to orchestrate an attack of this magnitude. Any other questions? All right, that concludes.